Welcome to Digital Farm TV Rural News. I'm Andy Walker. We start this week in North America. According to new market research report, the global precision farming market will be worth $3 billion within 5 years. The Markets and Markets website reports that increasing global demand and environmental issues had driven the adoption of new technologies across the globe. Unmanned aerial vehicle or drone use and growth in broadband and mobile technologies are the key opportunities in the precision farming market. 8 candidates will contest a possible 3 vacant board positions at the 2013 Australian Wool Innovation Limited Annual General Meeting on November the 22nd. Hopefuls for the wool marketing and R&D agency slots include Paul Cocking, New South Wales, John Hassel, Western Australia, Jock McRae, Victoria, James Morgan, South Australia, Martin Oppenheimer, New South Wales, Will Roberts, Queensland. Directors Meredith Shiel and George Faulkner will stand down to recontest their positions. AWI Chair Wal Merriman heaped praise on retiring Director Roger Fletcher, who has been on board since 2007. A derailment on a 116-year-old grain freight line has raised the stakes for cooperative bulk handling and Brookfield Rail, according to the West Australian. The two are attempting to thrash out a deal to keep trains running for what shapes as a better than expected harvest. Ageing rail infrastructure remains a nationwide challenge. Wheatbelt farmers have warned of thousands of extra truck movements on poorly maintained roads if CBH and Brookfield fail to agree on a plan for the season. Herbicide resistance researchers have set a massive 100% weed control goal for Australian farmers. But being ambitious about weed seed management would pay off quickly, according to Dr. Michael Walsh of the Australian Herbicide Resistance Initiative. Michael Walsh said this week that very low weed populations were critical to sustaining herbicides that are in use today. Future management would require a mix of chemical and non-chemical strategies. Now is the time to remove insect food sources from around grain silos and storage areas to prevent costly post-harvest infestations, according to the Grains Research and Development Corporation. Applying surface treatments to the inside of the silo would kill adult insects without risking resistance or chemical residue. It's also time to service combine harvesters in readiness for active duty in this year's winter crop. Canola growers may have been overdoing sulphur treatments, and a tighter management approach may yield improved profits. Less for more. Grain Arana Reliance CEO Maury Street, Dubbo, New South Wales, says the long-accepted recommendation of the application of 20 kilograms of sulphur per hectare to all canola crops has been challenged by new research. Canola was more frequently responsive to nitrogen, and some expenditure on nitrogen fertiliser compared with sulphur may be more profitable. A biosecurity facility in New South Wales will soon play host to some very important guests from Canada. The first shipment of queen bees to arrive in Australia in 7 years is causing quite a buzz, promising significant benefits for the honeybee industry. Federal Agriculture spokesman Andrew Cupit said introducing new bee genetics would improve production of local hives and help in developing disease resistance. To ensure bee colonies were not put at risk, the Canadian queens would be subject to strict biosecurity requirements during the import process and would never leave the quarantine facility. Canada's biggest wheat crop in more than 2 decades will send shipments from the world's #2 exporter into new territories, battling for market share with the USA, grain traders said this week. Canadian farmers were expected to harvest 30.6 million tonne of wheat this autumn, according to Statistics Canada. Nearly 2/3 of the crop, or almost 20 million tonne, was destined for export, Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada forecast. Ample supplies and expectations of lower than usual protein levels had created attractive prices for buyers. Well, that's it for Digital Farm TV Rural News this week. I'm Andy Walker and I look forward to your company again next week. Bye.